Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Matt here. Like I alluded to in the last video, it is camping season for us this year. And as you can see behind me, I've got a fresh new logo sticker on the back of our camper. We're going to be loading up and heading out to a trip to Florida for spring break. Stay with us. First things first, loading up the camper. Starting to get some stuff in here. Got it plugged in the shop right now. A few things starting to fill the refrigerator. You can see the truck outside the door. We're starting to load up some material on the back of the truck, some games and baseball gloves. And all right, we're gonna step in the house here. We see Monica, my lovely wife Monica. Say hi, dear.
Hello.
She is putting together some snacks and some fresh foods we can take with us. So we kind of got stuff laying all over the house right now just because we're getting ready. But all this stuff's got to get thrown in the truck, and tomorrow morning we will head south. We're about to go drop Michael off at the school. He's going to ride a charter bus down with his team, and we're going to take off right from there. Here's the rig. Let's get it on. Well, we hit the road. You can see that we're leaving snow here in Michigan on our way down to warmer climates. Tennessee now. What are we, Monica? About we left at 7 o'clock and it's 3:30 now, so we're what, 8 hours? So we got about half an hour down the expressway into Tennessee. There was about a 30-minute delay on the expressway.
30 to 40 minute, depending on who you looked at.
Yeah. So we didn't know what to expect there, so Monica decided to look on her phone and see if we could find an alternate route, and this is the alternate route that we get in Tennessee. All right, so we rolled in here at the end of day one and struggled to get everything put up and set up before it got dark, but I think we got it done. Kids got their tent set up. We've got just a little quick stop for one night just to rest here, and we'll be back on the road again tomorrow. But in the meantime, Mama's cooking some supper. What are we having tonight, baby?
Kind of a play on taco in a bag.
Taco in a bag, except in a bowl. We're using the camper pod here because it's windy outside, just to put everything together inside here. But we are very shortly gonna eat, take a quick walk up to the bathhouse, and call it a night. What do you think, Megs? Thumbs up. Mark, what do you think? Mark found him a fishing lure here.
That's not this one. It's not
What are you gonna just go down there and see if you can catch a fish right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if we got here. He found
You
it.
set your pole out and you can go fishing in the morning too. Well, we're packing up the morning after. Here's a look at camp in the daylight. Pretty quiet, calm. But this little piece of water that we're seeing is just a fraction of this body of water. But that's here nor there for us. So we just stayed the night and we're leaving. Right, baby?
Yeah. I may go back to that bathroom though.
Yeah, the bathroom is the warmest place here. It got down to 43 last night, or this morning, I guess.
It's supposed to get colder, but it's only
43 this morning, and the bathroom's got to be about 78. Yeah. Well, we're about to leave Georgia. We are here at the Pelican Island National Wildlife Refuge. Our campground is a short distance from here. What would you say, Monica? Probably 5 to 8 miles from here is all.
Yeah, probably less
And
than 8 miles.
we've got, I got a chuckle. So I'll show you this when we get back to the campsite this evening, but this is one of the weirdest sights we've ever had camping. We actually backed the Squaredrop in and turned it sideways so that we could put our awnings out. And, but we're making do with it. But today we're walking around this wildlife refuge and we're gonna hit a beach, and then ultimately we're gonna end up at the ballpark to see Michael scrimmage, or his team scrimmage. So, well, like I said, we're out on Pelican Island National Wildlife Refuge, and we seen everything that we were gonna see, and we decided to take the long loop around to get back to the truck. And we got to talking. We went about a half a mile out of our way, but we couldn't ask for a nicer day. So we're just gonna make our way back up to this trail and head back up to the truck and get some lunch. Megan, on the other hand, not very happy with the extra walking. Next stop is a city beach access site. This should get us out to the Atlantic Ocean. So I just told Monica as we opened up the back of the truck to get our umbrella that we must be from Michigan in late March, because when you open up the back of our truck, all you see is coats in there. I see it. Yeah. So we decided to come check out Sebastian Inlet State Park, and before we could even go anywhere and check anything out, we saw these dolphins out here hanging out. There's 2 dolphins. There's the other one right there. They're just like hanging out here by the beach. It's pretty cool. Who's got a fish, Mark?
Oh, he's got a fish.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it on camera. Dang it.
Mom, he had a fish. The dolphin had a fish.
I was watching with my eyes instead of watching with the
Camera.
camera.
I wonder if the other one will come up with the fish.
Haha, that was cool.
Oh, that one guy was close.
He
had a
was
fish.
right by us, man.
You didn't get that on video, did you? Did you
I
get that?
just started it. Yeah, I just started the video. He's still down there.
He's gonna come up like over there.
Holy crap, dude. He was close.
Keep him going, keep him going. He's really close, right there. Oh, he's coming that way.
Dude.
That was like 10 yards.
Okay, you've seen some of the activities that we've been working on. Now I'm going to take you for a quick tour of our campground and our campsite for the 4 nights I think we stayed here in Florida. I want to take you for a quick tour of this to show you how this was a little bit more unique and different than what we definitely experienced in Michigan. And as you can see, it is right on a busy road. Directly walking away from US 1, only a couple hundred feet off the road, starts the campground. So we ended up in this tiny site right in the very front of the campground. And as you can see, there's a rig here, There's a rig there, and there's a rig behind us, and they're all kind of bunched in here. So I backed it into the site, then I ended up turning it sideways, and we were able to set the kids' tent up where their door kind of faces ours, and it gives us kind of a little outdoor living area here, which is, the wind has kicked up a bunch of leaves today, but that also gives us almost like a backyard, if you will. So this side is shaded part of the day, and the other side shaded the other part of the day. So I mean, it's worked out. It's very cramped. I sort of feel bad. The tongue of our trailer is almost in the other site, and when you walk around to the back where we have our, I don't want to call it an outdoor kitchen, but our back hatch where our refrigerator is, it's literally right by this guy's door. So I don't know, it's a little bit cramped. It's definitely not what we're used to in the state campgrounds in Michigan, but we've made it work. Okay, now let's talk about a few things that we've learned. So this is, I can't remember if this is the third or fourth trip that we've taken with this camper, and it's worked really well every single time. We've had wind and the awnings have performed well. We've had rain on other ones, other trips, and everything has performed exactly like I would expect it to perform, except I have a few things that I want to improve upon before we go to Yellowstone. First of all, this little outdoor table setup, it doesn't work quite as well as I thought it would. So what we're gonna do is we are going to build, in probably a future video, a table that will span from about this side of the door all the way to the back of the trailer, just enough to stay under the awning, but it will attach to the top rail of my utility trailer. It'll attach to this black rail, and the whole table will be the height of this, and the width will start from basically the side of the camper and only come out part way. So all right, stepping inside, here comes the next improvement that I need to make. So you see that I have multiple lights in here. They're really, really bright. We are going to dim one of these lights. All right, speaking of changing in here, you can see that I have omitted curtains on every window in this camper. I am going to add curtains to the door window, the side window, and both the door and side window on the side that I'm standing on. Stepping around to the back, hope everybody likes my new sticker. If you see me going down the road with this, by the way, send me a note. Opening up the back, I have all of my electrical controls covered with this piece of wood. I had that piece of wood screwed in, and I did not have the appropriate screwdriver to get it off. So what did I have to do? I had to rip it off. And we are going to install some sort of a hinge or attachment method for that. So to wrap up, in case anybody was wondering, we opted not to take the Jeep. We opted to take the Ford F-150. I think we would have been fine taking the Jeep, but it was definitely more comfortable, and there's a lot more room in the cab of this truck. Now we're gonna go back over to the Jackie Robinson Training Center where Michael has been having his scrimmages each day. So here's the training complex where Michael's been playing his games. Let's go take a look. It's a pretty cool complex. All right, guys, this is our last morning here at the Vero Beach Campground. We're gonna pack up and start camping our way home. We do have a little bit of weather that we have to go through, so we'll see how that affects our stays. All right, we stopped at the Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge to take a refuge drive. And on this trip, we've been trying to see two things. Number one, an alligator, and number two, a manatee. And driving down the dang road, we just happened to see our first gator sitting here. So we stopped, we're checking him out. So this is what the Wildlife Refuge drive looks like. mile of it. Okay, so we made one more stop on our trip, and we wanted to try to see some manatees at the manatee observation deck here in, I don't even know where we're at, the Haulover Canal, it looks like. So right behind us.
We got some manatees.
Yeah, let's turn the camera around. And right down here, observation deck, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a fifth one over there to the left. And then coming this way.
There's
If you look in the distance, you can see a dolphin coming up right there. And then down here, if we keep watching, we'll see these guys coming up again. So there's 5 over there to the left, and there's a few right here.
everything's tripped over.
What do you say, guys?
Pretty awesome.
Oh, there's a dolphin fin all the way over there. Dad, there was a dolphin fin all the way over there.
So this quick stop at the visitor center after we did the wildlife drive yielded a pretty cool little boardwalk with a lot of things to see, some educational things inside there for the kids. Pretty neat stop. Well, after trying 2 or 3 times to get Mark on video catching one of these little guys, he's caught a bunch of them on this trip, but he's finally got one of the ones with a
Fin on its head.
Yeah, it's got like a little fin on his head. And he's got like a little throat thing.
Puffer thing,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
All right, cool. Now let him go. Oh, don't just drop him.
Oh, he scared me. He started wiggling.
So just outside of Orlando, this is our next campground stop. It's going to be just one night. It's Lake Monroe Campground or Lake Monroe Park or something like that, Site 6. Just got the rig set up here, and we're about to go into town and find a place for supper. We're supposed to get some rain later today, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we started our trek back home yesterday. About 10:30 last night, we decided to make a few calls, and we found a hotel that had an open room. This is, I think, called the Skyline Lodge. It's part of a ski resort, it sounds like, in West Virginia. So we spent one night here, and it's early morning. We're gonna get ready to get back on the road. We're just grabbing a few things to clean up with this morning, and we'll hit the road again. Quick rest stop in Ohio. picnic lunch on the road. One of the tiniest little rest area buildings I've ever seen. Looks like it's PB&J. Well, we made it back to Michigan, and I've got the camper basically all set up in the shop here so that it can dry. We had some wet carpets, the outdoor carpets and the awnings and the tent there, and just wanted to show you guys before we sign off. Back to Michigan in early April. There's snow flying. So that's gonna do it for the Florida trip. I hope you guys enjoyed this this video, and yeah, more to come. We'll see you on the next one.